Harry here from Drakewing Gaming. Some of you know me on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Heart of Amethyst. So, let's just go ahead and pick things up where they left off. We were just chatting with the king, getting to know him, and we found out that he's, apparently, according to him, he's really not the one in charge, so let's see if we can expand on that a bit, shall we? Anyway, guys, please sit back and enjoy for the next 18 minutes. Let me entertain you, and let's jump right in. Alarm changer up, and let's go. Alright. Shame for my younger son. As he left me as his kid as well. His puppy was older, though. 2 years older if my memory serves me right. He chuckled sadly, keeping his eye glued to the moon. Luckily for me, the maids were there to help, or else I wouldn't have been able to take care of those little rascals on my own. He laughs once more, and I just stared dumbfoundingly at him, still unsure of where he wants to go with all this. A week after, a messenger told me that Marcus had died and Richard would soon follow him. Luckily, the goddesses blessed me and decided not to take my younger son with them as well. Still, they took his sight. I was devastated. My 2 boys were ripped away from me just like that. That day I made an oath to make this kingdom a safer place and still be king while doing so. It's been almost 30 years since then, and I've done nothing. I feel bad for the little man in front of me. I often call him useless, but I've never stopped to think how hard it must be to run a kingdom, especially at his age. Is that why you haven't passed the crown yet? I would like to think so, but things are never as simple as they seem. Never forget that, boy. Another phrase to leave me wondering. Half of the things this man says makes no sense. Sir, why are you telling me all this? Finally, I managed to snap his attention back to me. Would it be enough if I told you that an old man just wants some company? There are many scenarios where that is a valid answer, but not this one. What is that? I wonder if they're doing the fields outside. Sometimes we get crop dusters out here, flying over the property. There are many scenarios where that is a valid answer, but not this one. I really want to know, sir. Mind if we walk a little bit before I answer your questions? There's no real need to rush things. I sigh, but the man decides to walk a few steps around the room, not paying much attention to me anymore. I just limit myself to follow beside him, giving the company he claims he wants. The old man clearly knows something I don't, and I'm falling right on his game. But what are we even playing? What does he want from me? After a few minutes, he finally stops, the light of the moon reflecting on his gray fur. Right then, now that I've stretched my legs, I feel rather honest. Tell me, what do you want to know? The first question that comes to my mind is a rather obvious one. Well, will I be able to leave the island anytime soon? The old man places his hand on his chin and caresses his beard slowly. I look at it with anticipation and wait for the answer. I think that for now that is the best that you keep you here, but you're not a prisoner, Ehlly. You'll be able to leave if you prove yourself to be trustworthy. Please try to understand. You attempted to steal from the king, and you could have killed me with that explosive. That's high treason, no matter how you look at it. I sigh, not surprised at all. I knew it wouldn't be so easy, but it didn't hurt to try. May I request something, then? He nods, taking his eyes off of me and directing them towards the moon once again. I take a look at it as well. It's a full moon. Really beautiful. I want to send a letter to my mentor. He must be worried sick, and I want to let him know I'm okay. And would it be okay to send him some gold as well? I help him with the shop, and without me, he'll have many difficulties making money. I can arrange for that, Ehlly. God, I keep wanting to say Ehlly. Can arrange for that, Ehlly. Ehlly, damn it. Consider it done. I'll make sure a letter reaches him, with some coins added, of course. His smile seems sincere, which calms me down a little. I still feel bad for leaving like that, but at least now I know he'll be taken care of. Thank you. Of course. Anything else you need? Well, all there is left to know is, why am I here? Is there something you need from me? Are you saying you don't want to be here? No, sir, that's not what I meant. What I mean. I know nothing about your intentions. I'm just a stray from the street. Yet you say that I'm the hope? Why? Oh, Ehlly, I was just joking, my boy. Don't make that face. I can't help but feel frustrated, as he seems to take nothing seriously. Please, sir, just help me understand the situation better. Yes, of course I understand. But like I said, I can't reveal all my cards. At least not yet, my boy. What does that even mean? Is he actually just trying to play some sort of sick, twisted game with me? Damn it, I hate being left in the dark like this. Considering my options, I think the best one is to keep playing along as best as I can. What card can you reveal, then? The old man takes a few steps closer to me and places his hand on my shoulder. I have a proposition for you. His smile widens as he takes his time to formulate the next sentence. Ehlly, how would you like to become my retainer? I stare at him, not really sure what he means by that. What is a retainer, anyway? I'm sorry, what? The old man laughs at my ignorance. Total biscotti vibes on this one. I'm giving you a job, young fox, a very well-paid one at that. You'll just have to keep me safe and keep me company from time to time. It can get rather lonely in this castle, after all. I'm taken aback by this. He's not being serious. He can't be. Me? A nobody from the streets working for the king himself? There's just no way. But sir, I'm nothing but a lowlife. I'm no knight nor warrior. Of course, but that doesn't indicate your real worth. I can sense it, boy. You have potential. So don't worry. It has all been taken care of. Starting tomorrow, you'll be instructed both academically and physically. Did he have this all planned from the get-go? What is this guy's deal with me? There has to be a reason behind it. Gee, I feel so powerless right now. I hate it. I remain quiet as I try to focus on my thoughts, which seem to be all over the place. But then the king coughs, bringing my attention back to him. So what's your answer, Ehlly? As if I have any choice to begin with, and he knows it. That's why he has that damn cheeky smile on his face. I'll need to accept, but I'm not giving him the satisfaction to know how annoyed I am. Well played, your majesty. I would be honored, your majesty. Oh, splendid. I look forward to seeing your progress. The king playfully slaps my butt and laughs it off soon after. What? As if nothing happened. Gee, what the heck is wrong with this old man? But it's rather late. You better hit the bed, boy. You have a busy day tomorrow. Sir Rodgerick, please come in. He yells loudly, and soon after the door opens. The knight enters the room with a sore look on his face, I might add. Which he tries to hide with a frown as soon as he sees me looking at him. Sir Rodgerick, good news. Sir Ehlly accepted my offer and will be working with us, starting tomorrow, of course. So I've heard. He says with a certain annoyed tone on his voice, but this time I can't tell if he's mad or just tired. Either way, I don't interrupt him. I've learned to remain quiet around Rodgerick. If you may, escort Sir Ehlly back to his room. He must be greatly tired. As you wish, my king. He bows once more and then turns around towards the door. He doesn't spare me one single look, but I'm sure I must follow. So I give the king one last smile before setting off to the hallway. Back to my room it is. After a little walk, we return to the tower where my room is at. This time I'm a little out of breath, as we had to climb many stairs to get back here. I'm so ready to hit the hay, but as I went to open the door... Hold it! The knight grabs my wrist and holds me in place. It seems like that has become a habit between us. He's not inflicting any pain, but he's not letting me go either, so I'm not sure what I should do. Oh dang, can't he just let me be, for once? Listen, runt, the king is a very kind man. More kind than I would like, but I have no right to complain about that. His face seems tired for a moment, but he soon regains his usual aggressive self. He then gets closer to me, making me feel a little uncomfortable. My point is, while I don't trust you, I will respect his choice to take you in. So you better make sure not to screw this up, or else I'll make you regret it. His eyes lock with mine, and this time I get a real good glance at them. They're as red as blood, and they seem to be full of conviction. I nod, slowly and carefully, his face mere inches away from mine. I can even feel his hot breath hitting against my nose. He's out of breath as well, so I guess I'm not the only one who got tired by the stairs. Good. And with that, he lets go of me, turning around and slowly walking away until he disappears at the end of the hall. I remain there for a while, still feeling the pressure of his hand on my wrist. I guess my life won't ever be the same again. I better start getting used to all this, because for now, this craziness turned into my reality. I can't feel anything. Is this a dream? I'm just floating in nothingness. The more I try to focus, the more lost I feel, as if all my senses have been numbed completely. Or as if I don't exist at all. Then I begin to hear it. A whisper, or more like a mumbled speech. Whatever it is, now I know I'm not done. Now I know I'm not alone. The voice is forcing its way inside my head, and I can't stop it. Even though it's painful, I have no hands to cover my ears with. I'm feeling frightened, and my body knows that this presence is bad news. This being is making me really uncomfortable, but I don't know where it is. I just know it's near. Whispers fill my ears, ringing through my whole body and making it impossible for me to focus on anything else. What is it saying? I can't understand it. Suddenly a jolt of pain runs through my spine. I can feel again. I came back, but not really. Is this really my body? Am I really here? Is this really me, or am I just an illusion? Am I a lie? Everyone lies. Everyone has something to hide. That hurts them, but they still do it because it would hurt even more to tell the truth. That's why I can't trust anybody. Everyone is my enemy. I'm all alone. For the past 10 years, I've been lying to myself, trying to find happiness when I know there's no such thing. Maybe I should just... I want you to live a happy life, Ehlly. That's all I've ever wished for you. A quick flash of my mom's last words sends the intrusive thoughts out of my head and shut the whispers for good. But before the presence vanishes, I need to ask it something. Who are you? I'm the one who remains in the dark. Ah! Hey, wake up. I cover my face as I feel the piercing light of the morning hurting my sensitive pupils. I can see a callus standing by the window as he pulls the blinds wide open. I grunt and roll around in bed, wishing for more than just a few minutes of blissful sleep. I try to go back to that dream I was having, but it's no use because it's gone. My mind just erased it. I feel like I'm forgetting something. What was I dreaming about? You really are a heavy sleeper. I tried knocking, but it was no use, so I let myself in. I sit on the bed's edge, rubbing my eyes as I try to get rid of the morning drowsiness. Soon I notice that being sleepy isn't the only morning syndrome that I have. Ha! I try to play it cool, covering my manhood with my hands as I look away. I didn't see anything. Yeah, I don't see anything. I try to play it cool, It's past the 8th hour. Your tutoring lessons begin at once. So make yourself decent. Can you give me a minute? What for? We don't have all day. Deciding not to respond to his question, he seems to notice the position of my hands and understands what is going on. Ah, yes, I should give you some time then. His cheeks grow red and mine get even redder. Then our eyes meet for a second and he ends up panicking, hitting himself with the door on his way. I remain there, trying to calm my beating heart and my beating member as well. There we go. Shit, that was so embarrassing. After little Ehlly finally calms down, I decide to get up from bed and stretch my sore muscles. That bed really is a blessing. I've never felt so good in my life. Looking around, I notice that my clothes have been neatly folded on top of the desk. I put on my pants, noticing that they feel fresh and clean. So I take my shirt and sniff it. It is clean, and it smells nice, too. But who did it, though, and when? Gee, I really am a heavy sleeper. Didn't even notice when someone came in to grab my things. Well, no use thinking about that now. I better let a callus know that I'm finished. I'm ready. You can come in. The tall guy enters the room, keeping his eyes away from mine. It's okay. I'm set and ready to go. He still looks nervous, but tries to compose himself as he walks to the other end of the room. He then places some books and papers on top of my desk. So, tutoring? Yes, tutoring. You'll be the king's retainer from now on, so I'm in charge of your education. As if I didn't have enough work already. He whispers that to himself, but probably thinking that I didn't hear him. He organizes some of the things he brought with him and then takes a seat, pulling up another chair. He seems uninterested, though, as he's currently looking outside through the window. His face is calm, but he seems somewhat sad at the same time. It takes me a while to understand, but he's clearly waiting for me to sit there. He stops me before I can sit down as I lazily walk towards the chair. I told you to get decent. There's water right there. Wash your face. I'm not sure if I should take that as an insult or not, but either way I decide to obey. I make my way towards the barrel placed in the corner of the room, which is indeed filled with water. If you want to take a proper bath, you can do it after the class. For now, just make sure you're awake. We're on a schedule. I nod to that, holding the edge of the barrel with my hands and gulping before I decide to get my head in there. I hold my breath and submerge my head inside the barrel. Being under the water clears my mind for a second. It's a little hypnotic, making me wish to stay there for a while. It's a nice sensation, it reminds me of something, but I can't put my finger on what it is. Probably being in the womb. I feel like I'm surrounded by... nothingness. I get out of the water as soon as I hear that creepy voice. I've heard it before, but what is it? Did you hear that? Hear what? He raises one eyebrow back at me, which is proof enough that he didn't hear a thing. Maybe I'm just tired. Yeah, that must be it. No, never mind. It was nothing. I offer him a smile, but he just shrugs it off, taking his eyes off me and back to the window. After that weird event, I walk back to the desk and he allows me to sit beside him. The odd fox looks bored. I keep my eyes glued on him, trying to figure him out. I've never seen a fox this tall. His face is long and slim, but that doesn't make him look feminine at all, just sophisticated. To put it somehow, I would call him slim, but he still has a nicely defined muscular body. You there? He catches me red-handed, offering me an odd look. I try to look away, not suspicious behavior at all. He sighs to that, grabbing one piece of paper and placing it between the two of us. It's a map. You sure you're awake now? Your head seems to be in the clouds. Yeah, I'm awake now. I say, softly slapping my face for good measure. So, a map? Yes, a map. Your first lesson will be geography and an overall revision of history. I tilt my head to that. Why are we reviewing this? Does he think I'm a damn infant? But I know those things. We'll see about that. Ready? He says it right back at me, making me smile. This guy's tongue is sharp. So I cross my arms and allow him to carry on with his lesson. Alright then. As you probably know, this is the map of our continent, named... Tibarn. Yeah, I know that. Gave me some great music. Alright then, let's proceed with the 3 known powers or empires of this continent. Do you know the names? I really like how this is how they introduce you to the lore of the world. That's fucking cool. Yes, of course, we have the Holy Kingdom of the Canines, Canidia. All of a sudden, a part of my map lights up with a dim red light. I jump to that, but a callus doesn't move an inch. What's that? This map was built with a specific ink, which shines depending on the magic flow that are given by a magician. Me in this case. Oh, that's so awesome! I've never seen this sort of magic! Well, it's not really magic. Most of the work is done by the map itself. Anyone can do it, really. Even me? I've never used magic in my life. Let's save that for another class. Please, carry on. Okay. I feel a little neglected as he says that. I was so hyped about learning of magic. So the next one would be the Democratic United States of the Birds. The Democratic United States of the Birds? What? Eagles! They don't have a known name if I'm not mistaken. Right on cue, a tiny part of the map lights up with a blue shine. You know why they don't have a name for their kingdom? No, not really. I'm sure the old man must have explained it to me at some point, but I completely forgot. Didn't you say you knew all these things? I can hear him chuckle beside me. My cheeks turn red immediately, feeling embarrassed. Well, as you've said, there are many states in this kingdom. Thanks to that, they've never managed to use their beloved democracy to agree on something, not even a name. They probably don't like each other much then. Indeed, birds are elitists, and they always fight among themselves, trying to prove they are the best. Those internal conflicts are part of the reason why they've lost the war 500 years ago. As a consequence of losing, their once huge empire got reduced to this. Yeah, the time of Andreas the Savior, right? Alright guys, I'm gonna pause it right there. Taking some shots at America, it seems. Hey, you can take plenty. You can take plenty. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, leave a super thanks or a tip if you can, it always helps. Until the next video, I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!